Greetings, wonderful people, men and women of good conscience and lovers of freedom all over the globe. We welcome you back once again to our News Digest this day. Today is the 28th day of July 2022. Of course, today is Thursday to be precise. And we must say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And this is still emanating from the desk of Nicky Bobby, where we bring you reliable news across Biafra land and beyond. And of course, we wouldn't forget to urge you to subscribe to our channel if this is the first time you are visiting us. And of course, for our old subscribers, those who have stuck with us in some of the trials that we have passed through, some of you who have been following us all the way from the old Nicky Bobby down to this new one, we must appreciate you. We must thank you. To start, I just want to call out your names. These names I'm going to mention, I'm not mentioning it in order of preferential treatments. I'm just mentioning the names of you loyal subscribers, loyal followers of Nicky Bobby, those who has really encouraged us. And as we continue marching forward, you have been source of energy, source of power, by which we have been working with somebody like Ejabasi Catherine. Sometimes, if I do not pronounce your name exactly the way it's supposed to be pronounced, forgive me for that. Catherine, we so much appreciate you for all your endeavor, all your encouragement, all your efforts, and your reasonable and educative comment you've been giving. Josephine Robinson, we so much appreciate you, Josephine. We believe that you will be hearing our voice as we are calling you, thanking you for all that you've been doing for us. Truth, of course, you guys has been with us, following us as we continue marching forward. Eukarya Egwim, and of course, these are names that ring bell as we mentioned them. And the Nature Annie, thank you all for all you've been doing. Nila Pla, well, this sounds so much like Oyibo name, but of course, we are so much grateful. Eberegal, like I said from the beginning, these names are not mentioned in order of priority. I'm just mentioning the names of our loyal followers and who has been able to give us all the strength and support we need. Of course, I wouldn't forget Believe Yourself as a channel. Well, that's that. Chidera Mobiora, that's good. Chidera Mobiora is good. Kingsley Eze, Richard Onyemobi, Ifoma, Lion Agakona Odo, Give to Soro. I just hope that I mentioned these names, pronounce it well the way it's supposed to be. We so much appreciate you guys from the depths of our hearts, with all the love within our mind. We thank you for supporting us again. As we bounce back, I just want to remind some of us that this is still new Nicky Bobby. The former Nicky Bobby that we had about 40,000 subscribers, we are put down by some of the haters of the truth of the gospel we are preaching. And you guys have been here supporting us as we continue. And at the same time, we want to urge you to continue supporting as well as to share our news to those who might need it, especially when it comes to the area of being security alerts in Biafra land, especially our people, our brothers and sisters who are in the rural parts of Biafra land. Please do not hesitate to share any alert that we get to them. Thank you once again. And of course, we want to build this channel as a community channel, not just as Nicky Bobby channel, as a community where you have the opportunity to express yourself, to tell us what you want, and sometimes we might be in the position to help out in some certain areas. We thank you once again, and I just want to capture this little information, just like Barrister Aloy Ejimako has captioned it, and his stand on the decision of the UN based on the order that was given to the Zoological Republic for the release of our great late Nnamdi Kanu. Recall that a few days ago, we made our broadcast and be calling on the Zoological Republic with their level of insecurity, as they are saying that Abuja is not safe again. And we call on them saying, the way you are saying Abuja is not safe again, let it be for yourself alone. Let nothing go close to our great leader, because we know as soon as UN issue that order that you should allow Nnamdi Kanu to go with immediate effect, unconditionally, the following day, the zoo came out that Abuja is no longer safe, this and that. But that's, by the way, this is what Barrister Lawyer Jimako said. The UN Working Group's decision on Nnamdi Kanu is binding on Nigeria, of course, the Zoological Republic. According to Barrister Aloy Ejimako, I'm going to read verbatim, then I'm going to pick up some points to analyze it. The United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention is a quasi-decision or judicial body that has a subsisting legal mandate of the United Nations to consider and adjudicate human rights petitions against member nations of the UN. Its ruling or decision diplomatically called opinions, yes, such as was recently issued in favor of Nnamdi Kanu, are legally binding on Nigeria on myriad grounds, including the fact that the decision is based on the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, both of which Nigeria ratified several decades ago. Well, what he just said is that based on the ruling, which is called diplomatic opinion, according to how UN call it, based on this ruling that is binding on the zoo, that the Zoological Republic is already part of the country that has signed for this. They endorse against this, but now they are participating on it. Can you understand what I'm saying? Against the extraordinary rendition, Nigeria endorsed, they are signatory to it. Of course, they are signatory to support the indigenous people to go. But now, Barrister Aloy Ejimako is not saying that Nigeria is involved and going against what they signed. So this is binding on them. I continue. It needs to be made clear that the UN Working Group is an integral arm of the United Nations Human Rights Council, which has the broader UN mandate to determine human rights issues emanating from member nations of the UN. It goes without saying, therefore, that as a member of the United Nations, Nigeria is subject to decision issued from these UN bodies, okay? It will be recalled that the UN body recently considered Nnamdi Kanu's matter and held that the removal of Nnamdi Kanu from the Kenya amounted to extraordinary rendition, period. In clarification, the body further held that Nnamdi Kanu's arrest and transfer to Nigeria lacked a legal basis and due process of law in violation of Article 9 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Article 9 of the Covenant. In its conclusion, the UN body held that the appropriate remedy would be for the government of Nigeria to release Nnamdi Kanu immediately and accord him an enforceable right to compensation in accordance with international law. Ekwe, this is that. Let me continue and finish it first. Without more, Nigeria is duty-bound to implement this decision in its letters and spirits, and it is expected to do so promptly and to, within 6 months, file a formal report of its implementation with the United Nations. Unarguably, failing to implement this decision will mean that Nigeria is thumping its nose at the United Nations and potentially triggering a nasty diplomatic conflict that could yet again make Nigeria a pariah state. Pariah state indeed. Let me just break down this word pariah state. When you hear of pariah state, what Barrister Lawyer Jimako is saying here is, if Nigeria failed to do what UN told them to do, that they will be rejected, they will be treated as a rejected state, as an outcast state. You know, sometimes in the Bible time, when you read about the Israelites, those who, the leper one, so they will be quarantined and treated as those who are outcasts. You know, that is what Barrister Lawyer Jimako is saying here. They will be treated as those who are undesirable. You know, that's that. In other words, Nigeria will not be treated as a structure or a person that exists. That is the meaning of the pariah state. That is how UN will treat them. Now, of course, This is the situation. You have seen everything. What Barrister Aloyejimako just did here is to summarize the letter and the opinion, which is the ruling, the judgment of the UN. He summarized it for the laymen like us, those who doesn't really understand the proper terms of the law. So he's a lawyer, he's a barrister. He has summarized it for us, both for us and any other person can read it and understand. This is the status quo. This is the situation report that Barrister Aloyejimako just analyzed. Are you not happy with that? We are looking towards the 6 months, but we hope that just in a matter of time, they have to implement what UN have asked them to do. Like I said from the beginning, that the Zoological Republic coming up with the news of Abuja is that insecurity and that the presidential aides attack them, delete them, this and that. That is left for them. We have said it. Do not touch our pupil, our eyes. And of course, UN has really given their mandate and they need to follow it judiciously. There is nothing they have to do. Nigeria is already gone. Gone and gone forever. Yesterday, we are just bringing you information about the state of Nigeria economy, the currency. I told you that it has already hit about 700 naira per dollar in peer-to-peer markets, which is black market. In other words, today it's now hitting over up to 770 naira per dollar. So we are waiting for it to hit 1,000. By the time naira hits 1,000, I don't think there will be anything that's called naira again. Maybe they will find a way to see how they will be using other countries' currency. And the zoo now is talking about relieving Emefiele of his job. And I ask again, is it Godwin Emefiele, the current central bank governor? Is he the cause of insecurity? Is he the one that congregated and instituted the Fulani Tea group, the bandits? Are you not seeing the imam or so who you call him, that he is moving from one forest to another, bringing medical attention, pills and drugs to the bandits in the bush? Have Nigerian government said anything? This is the thing. Are you not seeing the military that is busy collecting ransom from those whom their group, the Fulani Tea group, adopted from train yesterday, 2 days ago? The military, the soldiers, took the ransom. It was the soldiers. They said this is their own share. Out of the 100 million naira they demanded for share, that 700,000 is their own, that 300,000 belongs to the other group. Is it Emefiele that asked the zoo not to be productive? So you see how things work. When one Fulani, one Kaba will wake up and call him, ask him to transfer 2 trillion naira to his account. Because he's an obedient servant, he has nothing to say. So he has to do it. And when you continue crashing the economy, at this point, you are pointing fingers at him, that he is the one that's why Naira is falling. And of course, these are that wonderful people. We will continue building this ministry. We will continue proclaiming our gospel. And the world must hear our voice. The world must know where we stand. We stand on the truth. And we continue supporting the foundation that Nnamdi Kanu built, which is the DOS. Anything less, we are not there. We thank you for listening once again. And we say that it is in Biafra land that all of us have our citizenship. And until Biafra is fully restored, we will not rest. May you remain safe. May Chukwu Okeabiama continue to bless you and protect you wherever you may be.